Hey there everybody, Zelda Savior here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we defeated the Shadow Temple, defeated Bongo, awakened Impa as the Sage of Shadow, and acquired the Shadow Medallion for ourselves, friends. Only one more to go. However, we're going to take a brief detour from our adventure today, friends, to accomplish yet another one of the many side quests in this game. One that I have neglected to do up until now. We could have done this ages ago, but it will complete ourselves something very nice. It will be most used by me, but you'll have to see it when we get it. So first things first, we're going to head to the location of where we shall begin this quest. In fact, it is actually in the little guard tower next to the entrance to Hyrule Castle Town. And ooh, very dark and mysterious, friends. You remember when we came back in here as a kid, this room was full of pots we broke to get rupees. In fact, it still is. These pots still hold quite a few rupees. Their rupee drop rate is pretty high, if I noticed correctly. But one interesting thing that I did not actually notice until I looked this up, we didn't talk to the guard very much. If we did, we only talked to him once. That was in here as a kid, and we didn't pay much attention to him. However, if anyone remembers way back when, if not, I'll just remind you, when we talked to him, he mentioned his interest and love of ghosts, saying that when he grew, well, not when he grew up, but his dream was to become a ghost collector, or a connoisseur of ghosts, per se. And, as you can tell, the guy standing here is, I think that guy moved on, and he's become quite what he wanted to be, as the new world corrupted him. Let's see what he has to say.
How are you? You're quite an energetic young man. You're brave and handsome, too. Your name is Link, isn't it? Don't be surprised. I can read people's minds. If I looked as good as you, I could run a different kind of business. My shop is the only ghost shop in Hyrule. Because of the great Ganondorf, it is a fine time for a business like this. Oh, I can only hope the world gets even worse. The ghosts, called Poes, are spirits of concentrated hatred that appear in the fields and graveyards. They hate the world. Young man, if you catch a Poe, I will pay a lot of money for it.
Well, like we said, it seems our guard friend from long ago has become a ghost collector of sorts. Very creepy one at that. Anyway, as he said that he will pay us for Poes. We've encountered Poes on our journey before, but we've never actually taken the time to, capture a Poe per se. But friends, there's a very unique type of Poe in Hyrule that we are aiming to collect today. That, friends, are the big Poes. We've definitely seen the big Poes. If many of you remember, as we were riding throughout the large world of Hyrule, we've encountered Poes that have just kind of appeared and then disappeared. I haven't paid much attention to them because today, friends, we are going to complete the big Poe side quest challenge. Yes, we need to go travel throughout Hyrule and collect 10 big Poes and bring them back to that Poe shop. Something good will happen if we bring back all 10. So, friends, we are going to begin the very first one, the very first Poe for us today. Unfortunately, this is a bit of an annoying quest where you have to be very precise about it. So, let us get our first Poe, plain and simple. Just like that. Very easy. Unfortunately, these Poes are scattered throughout all of Hyrule. And there we go, got a big Poe. They're scattered through all of Hyrule. And I only have 2 bottles that I can use right now. The third one is holding some bugs that we need for one final gold Skulltula in the game. But I kind of want to hold on to them just so I don't have to get more later. So, friends, I'm gonna probably, now that I've gotten it, I'll show you how I did that. You merely need to pass by certain locations or through certain areas in order to trigger the big Poe spawns. For example, the first big Poe was passed merely, if you pass the right side of that sign, right outside in front of Hyrule Castle Town, you trigger that big Poe spawning. So, I'm going to show the next one off without cutting because it's really not that far away. To get the second big Poe, all we must do is go toward the entrance of Lon Lon Ranch right here and pass by the tree right here on the left side. As you can see, he spawns and we get him. Very nice. Now, the other ones are not going to be nearly as easy, namely because I only have 2 open bottles at a time. I can only capture 2 of these Poes before I have to return back to the vendor and sell them back to him. So this could take a very long time. Don't worry, I'm going to cut most of this out, but I'm going to show you guys what happens when we return a Poe, just so you can see it for the first time. But then I will pretty much just go and cut straight to where the Poe locations are, explain how I triggered them, and go from there. And hopefully this won't take an extremely long time. I practiced this off screen, and it took me a while. There's a couple really tricky Poes to get. But anyway, yes, we know. Yes, here you go, sir. Here's your first big Poe.
Oh, you bought me a Poe today. Very interesting. This is a big Poe. I'll buy it for 50 rupees. Oh, on top of that, I'll put 100 points on your card. If you earn 1,000 points, you'll be very happy with that.
Alrighty, as you can see, all we have to do is give him the big Poe. He'll pay us 50 rupees, but at this point, we don't really need rupees, which is the downside. So the money kind of gets wasted. But he does put points on this card thing we have for him. So, like I said, if we get 10 of these Poes, he'll get 1,000 points to us, and we'll earn something very nice. So, there you have it. Those are the first 2 down, and no, I won't talk to you again. Alrighty, I'm going to cut to the 3rd Poe location, guys. I will see you there. Alrighty, guys, we are in the northwest corner of Hyrule, around this patch of bushes. Oh, Navi, no, we're not going to talk to you right now. We're trying to get some Poes. We're trying to get our ghost hunt on. Alrighty. And so, if we ride through this middle bush here, trigger the 3rd Poe. One thing I will advise for this particular Poe is to make sure that when you approach that middle bush, you approach it facing the center of Hyrule, because what'll happen is you enter an area where you would trigger the big Poe spawn, it'll merely be facing and moving in the opposite direction of you. So if you are moving towards a wall or the edge of the map, it will phase through the wall and disappear. I believe they only have a certain range at which they will actually trigger, and once they leave that range, they will actually disappear completely. So you need to be careful in which you angle yourself to make sure that you send the Poe in a direction that'll be suitable so that it'll only go in a direction you want it to. The next Poe, once again, we won't actually have to cut. I'll probably only have to cut in between returning the Poes to each other, but if we angle ourselves this way, we're right near the entrance to Gerudo Valley, facing the right of this particular tree here. If we move this way. Oh, there we go. They can get a little tricky at times, friends, so you do need to be careful. But there we go. That is our 4th big Poe. Alrighty, I'm going to turn in these 2 Poes and meet you guys at the 5th great big Poe location. Alrighty, guys, we're not actually all that far away from the 4th Poe location. However, this particular Poe is very, very tricky, so it might not take me my first try. It might take several tries. So, the Poe triggers by activating a particular patch of area right in front of where we are. However, it's very tricky because you need to make sure that you don't angle yourself in a way the Poe will get sent into either of the 2 walls to the left and right of the path in front of us, as you can see. So, we must be very careful, make sure we angle ourselves facing through the path straight on so that the Poe will get sent through that little gap. So, let's try. As you see, he hit that wall there and despawned. So we had a really, really close try there. We need to re-angle ourselves and try it again. Don't worry, it doesn't take too much effort to do this. My practice run of this, I didn't know much of it at all, so it took me a very long time to get that one. So, but luckily I have a bit more experience with it now, so let us re-aim ourselves. And don't worry, this is, without a doubt, the hardest one to capture, so once we get this one, the other ones will not be anywhere near as challenging. Let's try again. Oh, what? Did you see that? He just kind of angled himself into the wall there. Okay. 3rd time's the charm, maybe? I don't know why I drew my bow. I only have 6 arrows left. I'm definitely going to need to go buy or find more arrows before this is over, unfortunately. I don't have very many. And we cannot even access the largest quiver in the game yet. So that is unfortunate for us, but I just realized I can use my bow to angle myself straight. Or sort of, at least. Alrighty. 3rd time's the charm! Let's go! What? How do you do that? How do you angle yourself slightly? You're supposed to go in a straight freaking line, and yet you go at a complete angle. Okay. I understand you're not trying to get caught by me, but this isn't like Luigi's Mansion or anything like that. You're supposed to be easy to catch. I guess this is Link's Mansion. Bow, 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 now. Welcome to Link's Mansion. He wants to shoot you in the face with arrows. Yes. Please get into my small bottle. And while you're at it, let's go find Mario. Yes. I want to capture you into this bottle. Do. Let's move on to the 6 big po spot. Now. Dun. I always liked the Luigi's Mansion theme. It was always a very good theme. It was a very good theme already. The 6th big po location happens to be in this little area down here. I can't remember exactly where it is, but if my memory serves correctly, it merely states to run. Oh, I only have 1 arrow. I only have 1 arrow. I can't do anything. False alarm, friends. Look at the Po taunting us. He's like, hey, you can't get me. I only have 1 arrow. Well, Po, I hate you, because now I have arrows. Alrighty. Let us try that again. Oh, there he is. But he's going to disappear soon, so there's no point in that. Let's reset this Po and get down to Poseness. That was supposed to be a pun. It was not a good one. It was the most atrocious pun ever. No? Okay. That wasn't good enough. I guess the Po only wants me to run through certain areas of this patchy grass area. This patchy grassland. This Po is a very picky Po. This Po is so picky that he plucks the pluckiness right out of my pluckerton. Whatever the butts that means. Oh. Come on. Oh, okay, that was stupid. I wasted so many arrows. Oh, I wasted another one. I am a wasteful person, friends. Ooh, let's go get more arrows. Because we all know that arrows just are waiting for us inside plants. Give me arrows. Arrows! No arrows? Gasp. Oh, okay. I guess we'll have to go with only 7 arrows then. I'm a little nervous. I don't know if I can do this with only 7 arrows. Oh, there he is. You piece of stool. Come here. Yes! Ha ha ha! Lead shot, baby. There you go. Alrighty, friends. That is the 6th big Po. Let's head to the 7th one after I drop these 2 off. Alrighty, friends. Oddly enough, we are in almost the same exact location for the last Po. However, it's in a slightly different area. What we need to do is we need to move through this patch of grass in maybe a better fashion in order to trigger this Po. I might have triggered one of them by triggering the other. So let's see if this is the one we actually need to capture. I might have triggered that one as the 6th Po. Let me try something. Oh, there he is. There he is. Alrighty, okay. Now, one thing I need to reiterate is I don't know which one that was, unfortunately. Because I might have mistook the Po that I claimed was the 6th Po as the Po that I intended to grab as the 7th one. Needless to say, the two ways to get these Po's, just so I can reiterate this, is apparently one of them is gotten by running past this tree through these bushes in any direction, and the other one is obtained by passing by this brown rock here. You can look these things up online, just like I am, but I assure you those are how the 6th and 7th Po were both found. However, I unfortunately cannot really discern which one's which. You can just go back in the video and watch which one makes more sense, for your own benefit. But anyway, let's move on to the 8th Po and stop this silly nonsense Po confusion. We merely need to... Oh, no, not yet. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here, friends. That is the 9th Po. We need to get the 8th Po. The 8th Po, actually, if we move down here and angle ourselves in a slightly different manner. Let's see here. There we go. If we run past this gray rock here. There we go. 1 and 2. Very nice. That, friends, is the 8th Poe. And so I'm going to return these 2 big Poes and head back to the 9th Poe and the 10th Poe. In order to obtain the 9th Poe, the 9th big Poe, as you can see, we get a little bit of a teaser. He spawns if we start in this particular little corner of this angle right near Lon Lon Ranch and Howard Castan. If we stay in the middle of the angle and then venture out, the Poe will spawn. But unfortunately, I missed him that opportunity because he was too far away. So let's give him a minute and try again. And that was not good enough. Alright. This Poe can also be a little bit tricky because you can't really get him very well if you try to get him as you go up the angle itself. I could try hitting him once I hit this point. But it's going to be very difficult. Oh! Oh, I almost hit him! I would have hit him if he didn't despawn! Oh, that would have been awesome. Oh my gosh. Anyway, you can get him through those means. It's much, much harder. I got this in my practice by just merely waiting for him, but I'm going to try to be ballsy again. Ah, no. It's too hard to get. Alrighty. Let us just... Well, first the opponent. Let's just stop making you all antsy. Okay. Let's turn. And go. There he is. Oh, 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 oh. Arrow spam, arrow spam. No! Oh, no. I would have gotten him and only have 2 arrows now. Alrighty, we gotta make this next one count. I have to make sure I get him, or else I have to go find more arrows. Alrighty. Poe, it's just you and me. Let's do this. You're gonna fake me out by going that way, but we're gonna stay right here. We're gonna turn around. And we're gonna go. And you're not gonna spawn. Alrighty. I have to go get more arrows. I'm gonna get back to you guys when I get arrows and catch this darn Poe. I'll be back in a minute. Two, there we go. Just be patient and you will achieve greatness. Alrighty, guys. That is the 9th big Poe. Only 1 more big Poe to go. And he is not particularly difficult to get either. So it's kind of nice. We could have two nicer, simpler Poes to get. Although that was actually trickier than the one that I said was the hardest. But the last big Poe is over here, in fact. Oddly enough, he spawns by standing out on that little pedestal of land out there. So if we approach it like this as such, he will obviously spawn down there. And he's a little bit trickier to get because you can't really follow after him. So, very similar to the one we just got. Get to the point. Turn around and then get out. And there he goes. Oh, no, 1. Oh no, I missed him. Let's try again. These Poes can be tricky, friends. They're hard to hit, or maybe I'm just really bad with arrows. Am I just bad with arrows, or you guys can post like video response of you getting all these Poes in like 1 hit and stuff and being a badass? I don't know. That wouldn't be much of a video response because you would just wait until you hit them twice. So don't do that, friends. You would just be deceiving me and I would not believe any of you. Curses! Why do you not spawn for me, Poe? Poe! Spawn for me. Epona, you were just jiving your head in the way of my line of sight. Alrighty, let's try this once more. Once more with gusto. Oh, there he is. There he is. Ooh. Oh, no. No, I missed him. Curses, I must get more arrows. Again. One, 2. There we go! It took me long enough. That was actually the hardest Poe for me to capture, even though I said several times before that there were other Poes that were more difficult to catch. There we go, friends. That is the 10th and final Big Po. So I'm going to meet you guys back at the Big Po shop and see what our prize is for capturing all 10 of these Big Po's. In fact, you know what? No, I'm not even going to cut there because it is right over here. I'm going to do real-time, full-actioned Po returning, you know, the big stuff, the big meat, the big meat. I just said big meat. Why did I say big meat? That is stupid. That is stupid. Why would I say such a thing? There is no meat involved in this. There is no meat involved in this. Hello, sir. Here's the thing for you. It's your birthday after all. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Okay, here we go. One final Big Po. Oh, you brought a Po today. Very interesting. This is a Big Po. I'll buy it for 50 rupees, if you will. On top of that, I'll put 100 points on your card. If you earn 1,000 points, you'll be a happy man. Wait a minute. Wow! You have earned 1,000 points. Young man, you are a genuine ghost hunter. Is that what you expected me to say? Because of you, I have extra inventory of Big Po's, so this will be the last time I can buy a ghost. You're thinking about what I promised what would happen when you earn 1,000 points. Don't worry, I didn't forget. Just take this. And look at that, friends. You got an empty bottle. Yes, you may put something in it with the C and use it with something inside. That is the last small bottle, or empty bottle, I should say, we can get, friends. So now we have 4 empty bottles. One of them still containing the bugs we need for the final Skulltula. Awesome, friends. That completes all of the bottles we need in the game, as well as one of the final side quests we will ever do in the game. However, we are not done the episode just yet. I do want to do one last thing, and it's actually continuing our adventure. Yes, friends, the last and final location, as you can see on our large Hylian map that we have not visited to, is Gerudo Valley as well as Gerudo's Fortress. So, friends, we are headed there. We are headed to the west in order to find the last and final sage. So, I want to end the episode off in Gerudo Valley so we can make progress, tons of progress in the next episode. But I do need to have a little bit of setup before we continue. I guess we should say begin the next episode. So, friends, we're going to get into Gerudo Valley. We've been into Gerudo Valley before. However, it has not been on the grounds that I wished it would be. I kind of was hoping that I could get to Gerudo Valley for the first time now, so I could show off its epicness, but we needed to go there earlier in the game, so unfortunately we missed out on the epic music. The epic music intro, I should say. And with unrealistic physics, Epona leaps the bridge! Oh, very ridiculously. Alrighty. Now, as you can see here, we have a bit of a tent, and we saw this guy before, but we've never talked to him. This is the head carpenter here. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey, you! If you're going into the fortress, would you mind finding out what my workers are doing over there?
Oh, okay, I guess. Well, it seems like his workers are gone for whatever reason. Well, anyway, friends, let's end the episode off inside of this nice, cozy tent oh, hello. In the next episode of Let's Play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we are going to head to Gerudo's Fortress and find out what happened to the head carpenter's missing workers. If you have not done so already, feel free to subscribe to my channel and leave a like and a comment on down below, guys. It would mean a lot to me, it truly would. And with that, I will see you all in the next episode. I hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic day.